again, it requires careful analysis in order to make the necessary decision in order to move it forward. And intuitively and for love for things, we say a lot of things, that we would like, but we can't put money simply on the basis of things that we would like. We have done that in the region far too often and ended up in too much trouble with wastage, inability. And when you look at farmers particularly, we have not treated with critical issues, sustainable income, ensuring that they have the opportunity to be able to have that sustainable income, not just in pieces, but sustainably through the entire year. Link them into processing so that they themselves can move up the value chain. Training and education. When I look at your education statistics, you see your highest illiteracy is within the agricultural sector. It's not that you do not have opportunities, but how do you link education now with that? How do you link research and development? How do we ensure that the University of the West Indies, that is engaged in a lot of research and development, how do we ensure that research and development targets solving the real problems on the ground, rather than simply, a researcher just choosing whatever topic they simply have a passion for? So refocusing all of these things, and the center sees itself in a good position. It's a regional center. It's located within the University of the West Indies. It is there to support regional governments, private sector, so that it finds itself in a kind of hub situation with all of the players as spokes around it. So it's how do we then bring all of the different things together? Now we're talking clustering. How do we bring all of the different institutions and agents together to work in a collaborative manner? And in fact, talking to farmers, that is the one major thing they identify as a problem, the absence of collaboration. They say we can do it. We know we can do it, but what they're saying is there's an absence of collaboration between public institutions, between the private sector institutions, between the marketing institutions, and between the farmers. But there's the initiatives that are actually taking place in some of those areas. Again, the center sees itself aligning all the ducks. So if there are initiatives that are already doing that, how can we bring that into a cohesive process that we ensure that it has the impact that we want it to have? Already the minister as well as the prime minister has given the endorsement to the center work, and also the EU has already given its endorsement. They feel that this kind of collaboration is what is important for long-term sustainability. So I have that in endorsement already. The next stage is for me to send a formal proposal to the Minister of Agriculture. I didn't think that it made sense for me to simply meet there, because I could have stopped there. Because at the end of the day, the funding goes to government, and government really, is the one who has to make the decision, who is the consultant that they use. So actually, that was my first 2 meetings. And then after that, I could have simply pack up and go back and say, but you know what? You have to have buy-in. And the best people who know the sector, know how to grow it, are the farmers on the ground. So it was extremely critical to me to go to the farms. And Off the Grid Media has really been very facilitative in lending me, I think, the trust that he has built in the society over time. Because by lending that to me, he actually created trust between the farmer and me. So they are believing of what I have to offer. And I think that is kind of half of the problem solved, really. Now it is for the center to deliver.